Recently, a company called GoMic got in touch with me and asked me if I wanted to review their Tiltpod. Well, when I found out what it was and how much it cost, I jumped to the chance because it's a great little device. Now, there's two of them. There's a Tiltpod Mobile, which is the one I'm showing you now, and then this is the Tiltpod for compact cameras, which is the one I'll review first. You might be wondering what a Tiltpod is. I was. And basically, it's a little mini tripod, without any legs, of course, for holding your compact camera or phone. Now, the idea why you might want to do this is maybe for self-timed group shots, long exposed night shots, hands-free video. There's loads of uses for a tripod, of course. Inside the box for the camera one, you've got a couple of little bits that attach to the camera, then the magnetic base and a wrist lanyard. Let me just show you what these things are. So this is the main event. This is the Tiltpod itself. It's got a rubber backed end there, and that little green dot in the middle is a very strong magnet. So let's just have a look inside the setup guide. Well, of course, there's not much to this. There's just the instructions which give you a bit of advice, because if you've got a camera with a center mount tripod hole, you use the screw in bit. But if your tripod hole is off to one side, you need to stick on a sticky back metal dot onto the bottom of your camera. So let's get my compact camera and we'll see where the tripod hole is. Well, here we are. It's a Lumix LX3, and unfortunately the tripod hole's to one side. I'll show you what it looks like with the screw-in tripod thing, in case you've got a camera which is lucky enough to have a tripod hole in the center, and then I'll put the sticky one on afterwards to show you what it should actually look like. So those are the two different mounts there. We'll screw this one into the tripod hole just finger tight. You'll notice though on the bottom of it there's a ridge, which means you can tighten it up with a coin, which is sensible, of course. Now, the idea is, of course, you attach it to the base like that, and if it had a center mount tripod hole, it would work a lot better than this. So what I'll do is I'll just stick on the tripod hole pretend thingamajig in the middle. You need to put it somewhere where it's out of the way, but central. So I'll just mount it there on mine. You have it that orientation, and then I'm just going to open the battery compartment to check it's in the right place and doesn't foul anything. So that's right. So we'll stick that down. So let's demonstrate how it actually works now. So we put the Tiltpod down and the camera goes in it like this. As you can see, you've got quite a bit of freedom of movement. The camera can point upwards to that degree or downwards like that, which is very useful. You can just plonk the camera down anywhere you want and hold it nice and steady and position it exactly where you want it to be. Now you can see here underneath the device gives you this kind of movement, and you can spin it around like that, but it holds nice and strong on that magnet. Easy to pull off though, like that. Now of course you always want to have it with you, something like this. It's very useful, a lot more than a tripod that you can't really be bothered carrying around. This thing, very easy to carry around. Just attach it to the wrist strap that they provide, or the one you've got already, and you've always got it with you. So at any moment you can just take it off there, plonk the camera on it, and take a self-portrait or nice shot of scenery or whatever without any camera shake. Now let's have a look at the Tiltpod Mobile. Now this isn't just for taking photos, because you can use it as a stand for your phone. Of course it's for the iPhone 4 and 4S only. It's got a keyring in there and a little bit that attaches to the phone. So we'll just have a look at those parts first of all. Just put the keyring to one side. And then this part here is the bit that attaches to the magnetic base and enables it to hold your phone upright. I'll just put the keyring on here so it's all assembled as it should be. And we'll take the phone holder section off and attach it to the phone. Now unfortunately my iPhone 5 is too thin for this. The iPhone 5 is a little bit thinner than the 4 and the 4S, so it doesn't fit on that one. However, luckily I have a fake iPhone 4, so I can use it on that. Now the inside of this is kind of rubberized to enable it to grasp your phone, but not too tightly so it's going to damage it. And then obviously you just put it in there like that. So I'm just showing you the freedom of movement you've got with the phone. You can tilt it forward and back and of course spin it all the way around. I suppose one thing you'd like to do is keep it all together. You wouldn't want to keep the bit that attaches to the phone separately, and that's where that little string must come in, so that you can always have it on the keyring like this in your pocket. And whenever you find the need to put your phone in a holder, you've always got one with you. Maybe you want to use it as an alarm clock or for watching videos on or something like that. So overall then, a neat little idea. And of course, as long as you've got one with you on your keyring, that means you could also use it with your camera. You would still have to buy two sets, of course, because you'd need the attachment that goes on the bottom of the camera, but you only need to carry one Tiltpod around with you. So what's the price of the Tiltpod? Well, it's a very reasonable $15, and if you're a UK viewer and you click the link in the video description, you might even find there's a bit of a deal on somewhere at the moment if you get in there quickly. So there you go, that's the Tiltpod, a pocket-sized tripod for a pocket money price. But for the moment, thanks for watching.